So here's another unsurprising headline if you live basically anywhere in the world, including Hong Kong. So the headline is Salaries of Hong Kong's university graduates dropped 20% in last 20 years, study finds. And here they got a little highlighted little subtitle. Median monthly income for fresh graduates in 1993 was $13,000, but it has fallen to just under $11,000 by 2013. If we dig further into this article, it talks about the large discrepancy in the last 20 or so odd years. In 2013, it was only $10,860, representing a 17% decrease from 1993. So one reason is that the number of university places has increased a lot over the years. Okay, fine. According to the report by two groups, only 10.6% of young people in 1993 obtained a university degree. The figure has since risen to 47% in 2013. So what are they trying to tell you? Well, in layman's terms, basically almost 5 times as many people have degrees in the last 20 years. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't think you really need a degree if you're running the Subway shop, or if you're running McDonald's, or if you're just working as a janitor or an office clerk or taxi driver. You don't really need a degree. So what is the problem here? Well, Chan, a lecturer in communication and social sciences, at Hong Kong Community College, said there's a mismatch between the types of degrees available for study and the jobs up for grabs. Yes, there is a mismatch. The reality is not everybody can be a doctor, and not everybody can be an engineer. So what ends up happening? People end up studying bullshit, useless crap that will never be used in 40 million years. Have you seen the sociology degrees? Have you seen these people who have degrees in Chinese history? Yes, they may be able to use that knowledge to bore you to death, but unfortunately, boring people doesn't really make you any money. So yes, there is a huge mismatch. He said an abundant supply of graduates in specific centers meant employers did not feel it necessary to offer competitive salaries. Well, if one idiot has a useless degree and 5 other idiots also have another useless degree to run their shop, their flower shop, why are they going to offer them $40,000 to sell flowers? That doesn't make any sense. It's not because they don't feel it necessary to offer competitive salaries. It's because if they offered $50,000 a month to somebody to sell flowers, they would go out of business. That's why. If they could offer more, then they would. But they can't because the market doesn't need all these sociology and philosophy degrees. He said the government should focus on providing more opportunities in vocational education, as Hong Kong was in huge need of talent in many such professions, including the construction industry. So this one point is mostly accurate. Of all the garbage that they have stated here, it is mostly accurate. Okay? But why are people going to university? Have you talked to anyone of an Asian background? Chinese parents, Vietnamese parents, Japanese parents, they always think, kids need to go to university. Yes, you need to go. You need to study hard. You know why? Because you need to know Pythagoras' theorem. Why? Because you'll never use it. Yeah, you need to read Shakespeare. You know why? Because you don't care about The Tempest. Okay? Why do you need all this useless information? Experience is very, very useful. Think about all the opportunities being destroyed and being diverted away from like vocational activities such as maybe carpentry or becoming a mechanic, because people are spending 4 years in university on some useless program that teaches you nothing. Yet no, actually it's worse than nothing, because if you learn nothing, at least it wouldn't take you 4 years of your time. They're actually learning nothing useful, and they're spending 4 years of their time, and they're borrowing all this money to go to school, then they get a degree, and then they find out, oh, life blows. Have to stop sending people to all these universities. It's not going to work. And it's even worse than the way that it purports to be. Because when it says that it has fallen 17% in the last 20 or so years. This is not taking into account inflation. So if you take a look, I will send the links, or I will post the links below. But if you take a look from 1993 until 2015, the M3 money supply, so that's basically almost all the currency in supply in Hong Kong, has gone up over 500%, or 6 times the amount. Which means in 1993, $1 could approximately buy what you need $6 to buy today. So not only have the wages dropped by 17%, but each dollar actually buys about 6 times less. So how much of a lifestyle decrease is that? Is it a 50% decrease, 80% decrease? I don't know. But it's unfathomable how much the standard of living has dropped. But we still have all these idiots telling their kids, you gotta go to school, you gotta push for education, you gotta keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. And even though it hasn't worked, it hasn't been working the last 30 years, last 20 years, the last 10 years, it didn't work yesterday, you still gotta keep doing it. Because if you keep doing the same thing long enough, maybe some stupid guy will overpay you. Well, I'm here to tell you that isn't how it works, and all these kids are going to suffer because of that.